Archangel Michael, there have been a lot of people talking about this period of time being the Great Awakening. Can you speak to that concept?
There was a great deal of separation simply because of the technologies that were or were not available at those times in human history. Now, as you are on a technologically driven society where everyone is connected instantaneously all around the world and up into the atmosphere and the upper realms too, it is much easier for the collective to awaken simultaneously than it has ever been before. So the Great Awakening is not about each individual, it's about the collection, the collective individuals coming into an awareness that you are not alone, that you are not the only one who holds the power of light, that there are so many others, countless others, both known and unknown to you, who also share in your belief, who want a different future, who long for this new harmonious experience on planet Earth. That is the Great Awakening. It's a mass consciousness that's connected in ways that were not quite so obvious before.
My guest today is Steff Barton, who has been connecting with angels her whole life, and she especially connects with Archangel Michael. She's a channel, and today she's going to explain how channeling works, and I'm going to ask her some questions that might actually help you in your current situation. So, Steff, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you. I'm so delighted to be here and just to join you and everyone who's watching at home. Thank you.
I love that you're joining me again. So, for the people who don't know, we had a conversation where we talked all about angels and connections. So, if people want to check out that interview, I'll put it in the show notes. But today we're going to do something a little different. You offered to do some channeling that will potentially help the people watching to understand different concepts. And we're going to channel Archangel Michael. So, will you explain what channeling is and how this works for you?
Every channel works a little bit different, or every person who channels energy works a little different. Reiki is a form of channeling. Even prayer
Oh.
is really a form of channeling. But the concept of being a channel just means that you allow your higher self, spirit, angels, whatever source it is, to flow through you, to be present from within you, to be active as your voice. So, channeling is a very broad term. But how I'm going to specifically channel today, when I work with Archangel Michael, I don't go into a different sounding voice. I don't close my eyes or do anything theatrical or too dramatic. I just speak what he would like for me to say in my own typical voice with my own usual style, but I allow it to be his words and his wisdom as I set myself aside and let my ego and all my little stuff just take a break for a little bit of time.
That's amazing, and I've never channeled anything that I'm consciously aware of. So
Mhm.
energetically, what does this do to Steph?
Well, I disagree. I think you've channeled. When you've been in the zone listening to music, you're channeling the energy of the music. If you've ever painted something and lost track of time, you have channeled that art. When we are in a timeless space, that's a concept and that's a real world way that we channel not a spirit, but the spirit of inspiration or the spirit of beauty. So we're all channels in our own right. I'm just identifying consciously as that as I do this. But the effects it has on me is that I get really, really pumped up and super high as I'm channeling because Archangel Michael has an intense vibration. He's not contained in a human form. So he's pure energy, kind of like sticking your finger in a light socket.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you're clairaudient, meaning you're clear hearing. So you're actually hearing his voice and then speaking the words through your mouth and your voice.
Exactly. And when I connect with him, when I channel Michael, it's a dual experience because not only do I hear his voice, but simultaneously he shows me the images, the pictures, who the message would benefit. So it's coming to me in a variety of different senses, but it's ultimately I'm seeing through his eyes and I'm hearing through his ears, and the love is coming through his heart. It just flows through me. It's just mind blowing.
Wow. So for the people who haven't connected with Archangel Michael before and maybe even don't understand the difference between a guardian angel and an archangel,
Mhm.
who is Archangel Michael?
Archangel Michael is really unique among angels because he's been identified by nearly every religious tradition. He's recognized in the Bible, in the Quran. He just gets around and has throughout all of human history. He is designated as an archangel because he can oversee many, many, many people simultaneously, and it in no way weakens or splices his energy at all. So he's 100% powerfully showing up for you. He's completely powerfully showing up for me. For everyone who listens to this, he's fully present to them in that moment. There is nothing that dilutes his energy at all. That's what makes him an archangel. Our
And
guardian angels
mm,
are a little bit more personal and maybe a less strong charge, and they just stick with us because if they tried to spread themselves around, they wouldn't have quite the impact that they do when they just stay flying solo as our personal guardians as such.
and is the reason that he's able to do this because he is in a timeless realm and not under the constraint of earthly time?
Absolutely. And because that is his role, that is his dharma, so to speak, not from a human perspective, but in a cosmic and galactic light. It is his job to oversee humanity, to break the ties that bind us to fear, to empower us, to encourage us, to help us feel bold in living our truth, and to take action because he is the archangel of fire. He is the archangel who motivates us not just to think, but to do. And that's why I
Wow.
was working with him because so often we get stuck in limbo land because we know what we want, but we're afraid to do it. Or we have an inkling, but we just don't know the steps. And when we're in that place of uncertainty, in that right before we take a breath, he just pushes us with the most loving and gentle force, with encouragement, with power, and with that light that when we shine our truth, we will succeed in every realm.
Wow, that sounds super powerful and definitely like something that I want to connect with.
Yes. And I think so many people connect with Archangel Michael. There's prayers to Saint Michael. There's ways of invoking him. There's the blue flame of the Archangel Michael. He's such a recognized and reliable source of encouragement. He's part of our collective. He's part of our consciousness. So connecting with him can only bless and benefit not just you and me, but all of humanity. He's good for the world.
Oh my gosh. Well, all right. Well, I'm so excited to connect with him through you. So, what do you need to do to prepare?
Give me a moment as I breathe and allow him to merge with my energy, and
Okay.
we'll be good to go.
Okay.
And we are here.
Welcome, Archangel Michael. I am so pleased to be able to connect with you today. Do you have an opening message for everybody who is tuned in?
This is a powerful time for each and every person to recognize that none of you are alone, that there is a collective consciousness that ties all of you as individual light workers to the light, to the source. So as you go about your day, if you're feeling disconnected, if you're feeling alone, if you feel that you're swimming upstream, stop, Turn your face towards the sun. Look at the light. Go within and feel your light extending to all the light workers all around the world. And this will give you a sense of purpose, a sense of poise, and an ignited sense of passion. Because right now, this is a time for action. This is not the time to sit back and wait. This is the time to step up as individuals so that collectively the work that needs to be done for humanity can be done. For we, Archangel Michael, are here to protect, to oversee, and to guide each and every one of you. Rest assured, you are not alone.
Oh, that's beautiful. So, Archangel Michael, if you're going to you're protecting and guiding and working with us, I know that we have free will as humans. What is the best way for us to reach you and to call you in for assistance?
Simply in knowing that it is done. To not think of the connection with us as this powerful force of light, to be something that is in the future or something that must be earned or something that must be professed. It is simply to know it is done. We are inevitably and always a part of you. All you need to do is accept that, resonate with that, and then act upon it. You see, there's a concept that angels and archangels and source and spirit is outside. It is not, it is within. So as you accept that inward placement of this energy of fearlessness, of this presence or this consciousness of Archangel Michael, you will know that it is so, and you will naturally step up, be truth, and speak in the world, in light, in love, and with power. This is what we want you to accept, not to call upon, but to go within and to know that we are always present and attending within you.
That's amazing. So, do we need to actually call your name and ask permission for you to come in, or are you just there as soon as we have a thought of you?
Yes, we are indwelling and ever present. The moment you acknowledge that, or have a sense of that, or even have an inkling or a desire of that, you have expressed a will, a desire, a need, a longing, a want. And from there, the consciousness of Archangel Michael rises up from within you, beginning in the throat chakra and extending through the crown down to the soles of the feet. And you will take action. You will feel that connection. That is why so many of you get chills or feel heat or electric sensations as you call upon us, not because we are coming to you, but because we are rising up from within you. That is why you have these experiences. And this is what we want you to understand, to accept, and to know.
Okay, I accept it and I know it. Archangel Michael, there have been a lot of people talking about this period of time being the Great Awakening. Can you speak to that concept?
The concept of that is the collective that we had spoken of earlier. Previous times in the 1960s, in the 1890s, if you go back into any time frame in history, humanity was not nearly as connected as what you currently are. There were very clear political boundaries, very clear cultural boundaries. There was a great deal of separation simply because of the technologies that were or were not available at those times in human history. Now, as you are on a technologically driven society where everyone is connected instantaneously all around the world and up into the atmosphere and the upper realms too, it is much easier for the collective to awaken simultaneously than it has ever been before. So the Great Awakening is not about each individual, it's about the collection, the collective individuals coming into an awareness that you are not alone, that you are not the only one who holds the power of light, that there are so many others, countless others, both known and unknown to you, who also share in your belief, who want a different future, who long for this new harmonious experience on planet Earth. That is the Great Awakening. It's a mass consciousness that's connected in ways that were not quite so obvious before.
That makes a lot of sense. So if we as individuals want to contribute and add to this awakening and help the collective consciousness, what would you recommend that we do to help with that cause?
Ah, we would recommend two things, heaven and earth. So the first thing is to, in your daily life, in your daily practice, stand up for what is right. Be courageous. If you feel like not taking care of yourself, overcome that and take care of yourself. Because that power of the individual decision to impact the whole always has been and always will be true. So even in times past when there weren't collective connections like the internet or cyberspace, you as individuals have always had the power to change the world because what's good for one is good for all. So continue to make those individual choices, recycle, watch the cycles and seasons, take care of the earth, be that presence in this physical planet that uplifts you and therefore uplifts all. So do it on the individual level and then share that. Write a blog post, post something on your social media, whatever it takes to share that in the collective to remind others that you too are contributing to this great awakening, that you are part of that cause. Do it individually, personally, privately, but also share, express, let it be known, because that uplifts everyone and gives a sense of connection to those who need it as they are learning to express their truth as well.
Excellent. Archangel Michael, I think that there are a lot of people right now in the world that are experiencing a change in technology like we've never experienced before. And there's a lot of talk about AI, artificial intelligence. There are
Yes.
a vast number of people on this planet who are embracing it. There are a lot of people who are agnostic about it. And then there's another group of people who are fearful of it and think that we should be careful with it and treat it in a certain way. Since you're outside of the realm of time, what can you tell us about our AI journey that we need to know right now?
Discernment. Discernment. There is nothing inherently good or bad about AI. It simply is a tool, like any other tool available to humanity. What we would encourage each person as an individual is to be very discerning if you choose to use that. Why? Are you choosing to use it out of fear, lack, insecurity, self doubt? And if so, do not. Go back within, heal the fear, heal whatever wounds may be there that would cause you to choose out of fear, and then place yourself in the consciousness of love and make a choice. Everything that is chosen from love with good discernment, with a pure heart, and with an open mind will bless in some form or fashion. So we encourage each person to discern their own individual reasons for why they choose or do not choose to work with that particular technology and move forward from there.
Okay, that's amazing advice. You mentioned fear, and for the people who are addressing AI or probably anything from a place of fear, you said to go back in and address that. Can you give us a little bit more specific tools or ideas on how we can go back inside to address this fear?
Oftentimes, from our perspective, what we are witnessing with humanity is those who are afraid of AI and other technologies are because of the fear of the loss of control. There is a feeling that as humanity, you would be disempowered or lose control or be overtaken in some way. This is a very worldly type of device. And so, what we would encourage each and every person is to take a step back and to realize that your power comes from within, your power comes from light. True power will always overcome the world and overcome the darkness. So, if you are in a place of fear or worrying that these technologies could take control, go within, claim your true power, realize that you are more than the world, you are more than technology, you are more than these images that come to you or these tools that may be offered to you, that you are here to be light, to be embodied, and to do what is in your best interest to do, and to allow others the grace and the freedom to make their choices as well. This is the process of going within. It's going within, discovering your true power, knowing that you are more than the world, and allowing others to find and discover that same truth for themselves.
So if we're going inside Archangel Michael to uncover our own power, are there some tools that we can use to then take that power that we've discovered and do good with it in the world?
Yes, indeed. What we would suggest is as you're going within and tapping into that personal power, find ways of expressing that on the earth, either planting a garden or going for a walk in nature. You see, the more that each individual can be connected to the earth and grounded in that incredible vibration of nature after they have done their spiritual work of connecting within, the more potent and the more powerful and awakened you become to discern what is yours to do with artificial intelligence or technologies that are available. So the more attuned you are within and the more grounded you are to the earth around you, the stronger you will be in your power and the more capable you will be of expressing the truth in this world. That is what makes you invincible.
When you say grounding, are you referring to the practice of maybe taking the root chakra and imagining that being grounded into the earth, or are you talking about when we go and we physically put our bare feet on the earth or sit on the earth or commune with the earth to become more connected? What do you exactly mean by grounding?
Well, the beauty of this is that the earth is far more intelligent and far more attuned to what you as individuals need than you as individuals are aware of. So simply going outside, sitting with the tree, you need not open your root chakra. It knows how to open itself. It knows how to receive. You can intend that because it gives your mind something to do. But do understand that there are a natural exchange between the human energy field and the human body and that of the body of nature. So simply being outside, feeling the sun, touching the trees, putting your feet on the grass will heal you in ways and will ground you in ways that you do not even understand and that you simply cannot imagine. There's a sacred communion that happens quite naturally and quite normally within 5 minutes of sitting outside in nature. So we would encourage each person to capitalize on that because not only does it soothe the mind, it heals the body and it uplifts the soul.
Yes, I am full agreement with you. It is a personal practice of mine to be in nature every single day. So for those people that have a harder time getting out into nature for whatever reason, and they want to experience healing through the body, are there some other things that we can do to help facilitate our own healing, either through vibration or light or other technologies that are starting to become more mainstream in our healing that we need to be aware of?
Absolutely. We would suggest to go near a window and get sunlight, even through a window. That light can be very healing to the human energy field. Doesn't matter if it comes through a window or if it's direct, but that is one technique that's easily accessible to anyone. Another thing is to connect with water. Dip your feet in the bath. Let yourself wash your hands for a little bit longer or run your hands under the water and just feel the coolness of it. Appreciate the flow of it. So connect with the water. Lighting candles is another powerful way of rekindling the spirit and of clearing the energy field. So that's an important and powerful way that we can connect, that humans can connect with nature as well. And then having house plants, little tiny house plants make all the difference in an environment. It's a way of bringing the outside in. A relationship, a conversation starts between those who keep the plants and the plants themselves. So we would encourage you to implement that if you can't get outside as well. Animals, companions, pets, these are also powerful healers. who represent nature, who embody the natural world in a beautiful way. So connect with their energies as well. Indoors, that's very, very healing. There are countless and innumerable ways for each person to experience that are very accessible, that don't involve technologies or elaborate rituals, but that are simply right there. We encourage dance, use old soup cans as rattles, get something to drum on. These are ancient and sacred techniques that have worked for centuries for humanity and will work for each individual right now. But now is the time to act. Now is the time to utilize. Don't wait for an outer authority to prescribe these things. Embrace these things for yourself right now.
Oh my goodness, those are so many different tips that are good. And I noticed that none of them cost any money. Every single one of those would be available for free to somebody. I think that that's wonderful.
Yes, this is what we desire for each person to know is that spirit is not expensive. It's not an elaborate or exorbitant fee. The way to connect with spirit is simply to breathe and to acknowledge and to access creativity. There is nothing complicated about this. In fact, it's deceptively simple. It's simply taking the steps to make it easy because the ego and the world will constantly send the message that it's technologically advanced, that it's expensive, that it's very, very hard, that you've got to earn it, that it's only for this person. Not true. The truth is, it is simple. You are love. All you need to do is breathe. And we are here to support you and to sustain you in all that you do for love. And we are here to hold the space for you as you learn to unbind the fears so that you will know that you are only love. This is our most sincere desire. This is our purpose. This is why we are here for you today and every day, so that you and each and every person will understand that love is the only force in this universe, that love will always triumph over all.
Wow, that's so beautiful and very, very powerful and inspiring also. Over the last few weeks, as we are recording this, which is May of 2024, the Earth has been receiving some very high level solar flares from the sun. It feels like there might be an energetic reset that's happening with this. Will you speak to what is going on right now on the planet in this time in 2024?
Yes, there have been so many incredible cosmic events and celestial occasions that have transpired in a very short amount of time. This is why some people are rocking and rolling and a little reeling and perhaps even emotional, as you may have noticed in your work. It is because there is a reset that is occurring. But in regards to the solar flares, what is happening is that there is a collective burning off of karmic debt. That many people, because of these solar flares, are experiencing a release from old ancestral patterns, from limited ways of thinking that have been perpetuated for many, many generations. That's why this can feel so unsettling, and that's why many people are feeling intense emotions, is that these solar flares have burned away what was, and there's moments of uncertainty of, if I don't know what was, well, then what is? And so it's really important for each person who is feeling a little unsettled right now not to think in long term plans, but to think in what is next, what is next, what is now, what is next. The more direct and specific you can be in your actions and in your choices, the larger the impact will be in the long term. So the short term decisions have long lasting benefits for humanity right now, which is very unique. You are no longer riding on the collective as you were before. That's what the solar flares are about. This is what some of the lessons of 2020 was about. It has been a radical reset so that each person has the opportunity to choose in ways that they did not see and could not believe that they could choose before.
So is it as if we've also entered into a new dimension in addition to these energy changes? Because I've never really heard anybody talk about burning off karma in this manner.
It is effectively giving humanity access to a new dimension. Yes, if you would imagine these old karmic consciousnesses, collective karma, as being a heavy fog, it has kept humanity in a lower dimension for a great number of centuries. Now that this has been burned away, it's like thick wildfires, the controlled wildfires, to clear away the old brush so that new life can spring forth. These flares, these resets, have allowed humanity to understand there is now open access to a new dimension, to a higher vibration. It's the fourth dimension and it's the fifth dimension. These have always been accessible, but because of the thickness, the collective karma, the old consciousness that just kept rolling and rolling and rolling and holding back and weighing down, humanity could not see this before. The flares have blazed a trail and burned away the thickets so that you can now see there is light even in the midst of the challenges, and I want more.
Well, if we want more, Archangel Michael, can you share a little bit about what we need to know about what is coming in the near future for us and for the people watching and for humanity in general?
Greater awareness of self-respect and a greater connection back into the earth. So the changes that are coming for individual light workers are very exciting because many light workers have so much self-doubt and can be quite hard on themselves, even sometimes caught in addiction or negativity or self-judgment. And what we are seeing in the next several months is a liberation where light workers can celebrate that they are unique individuals, that they have advanced ways of thinking, that they are open to uh, innovation of light, but also they are centered in the earth and very respectful of the planet upon which they dwell. So we see for you as light workers a beautiful marriage of being spiritually advanced, but also being deeply grateful for the gift of human life, for the gift of being here together. We see that kind of celebration, that reconciliation, and that peace. So many light workers want to escape the body because it can sometimes be tedious, heavy, broken down, sick, old. And yet, what we see is a recognition of the body as a sacred instrument, a tool, a means for channeling this light into the world. And when we come into alignment, with that, there is no stopping what the body is capable of and what the spirit through you as light workers will do. So it's a beautiful celebration.
It does sound like a beautiful celebration. Thank you so much for that. I have one last question for you. What do you, Archangel Michael, and the Archangel Angelic Realm want to leave with us as a final message?
We would like for each person who is hearing and listening and participating in this experience to write down their wildest dreams, to understand that words create worlds. This is why we help liberate from fear, to open the throat chakra, and to help each individual person live their truth. So as you hear these words, as you listen to this message, take the time, have the courage to write not small things, but to write big things, to create your world. As we mentioned, the karma of the past has been burned away. There are no more limits. You are fully awakened, present in this moment right now. What is it that you want? Of what do you want more? What do you desire? Of what do you dream? Write it down and create it. This is your world. And we love you and we create with you. We give you the courage to believe that it's not an idea, but that it becomes a reality because you are awakening into this new dimension, this new time when there is peace within you as an individual, and then that peace reverberates out into the entire world. Truth brings peace. write your dreams, and you will discover that you know a passion and a purpose and a place on this earth like you have never known before.
Beautiful. Archangel Michael, for the people that are watching right now, is there some kind of a sign that you can send them so that they will know that you are there and that they have connected with you specifically?
Yes, each person will feel heat, they will feel chills, they will feel a vibration that is so large within them and that vibrates outside of them. They will know they are not alone. You feel it now. You know you are not alone. And we behold you and we see your energy field expanding even as we say this with a brilliant white light and golden that emanates from your shoulders. Each person who hears this will be activated, will believe, and will continue to believe. That is what this work is about. It's not about one day, it's about every day. And we want you to know, dear sister, we want every person to know that every day we walk with you. We walk as you. We hold you and lift you and carry you forward. You are not alone. Never doubt. Never doubt, because this is your moment to create with love, and to create with the spirit that is you.
Wow. Archangel Michael, thank you so much for your beautiful words and for all of your helpful tips and hints for the audience to be able to integrate the angelic realm into their own personal world. And can you bring Steff back to us, please?
Yes, but we just want to say thank you, and we truly encourage each person watching and listening to believe, that you are spirit, that you are spirit moving through this beautiful earth, that the world, the fear cannot continue and will not continue. You are heaven and earth, and we are activating that consciousness and aligning you with that acceptance right now. And so it is.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Yes, one moment. Okay,
28 minutes.
yay.
How
Hi.
do you feel?
I feel good.
So I know you don't always remember everything that you say, but Steph, I know that they send you different symbols in your mind as this is happening. Is there any couple of symbols that you saw that really, that you remember that you can share with us?
I saw so much merging of light, golden and green, like the earth opening up and receiving more light. And then I kept seeing like an expectant mom where this light was being birthed, which was also very beautiful. And then I was seeing a lot of this electric blue lightning, which is Archangel Michael's color, and how that lightning can transform. uh, the heat of lightning is faster than the hotter than the sun, and it can immediately light a fire. And so as Archangel Michael was speaking, like all these fires were being ignited in different souls to help bring this light forward, to burn away the fears of the past, so that each person can birth the light in their own unique way. That was a lot of the imagery that I was seeing.
That must be incredible to experience while that's all happening.
It
Does
was
it feel like a
awesome.
dream or does it feel more real to you?
Oh no, it's more real, because then I saw the pyramids and lightning coming down and striking these pyramids. And then I could see these coils of copper and lightning moving through that. And there's copper in the human body, so we conduct energy too. So I was being transported and getting these messages as Michael was flowing through from different times in humanity, when people were perhaps a little more open to receiving messages such as these. So that was kind of amazing.
Why do you think you were shown the pyramids in that sequence?
To harness energy.
What do you think
And
the pyramids are, Steph?
oh my gosh, I think that they are energy storehouses, that they were used as frequency dialers, communication devices. Yeah, I think they're very large and wondrous communication devices, but also frequency modifiers. And the same thing was present in Atlantis too.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me also. Wow.
Archangel, oh, he's shown me some really cool technologies from Atlantis and Egypt, which are really fun to
Can you
know.
share anything that you like that you got with us?
Oh, just that each pyramid had its own unique vibration. And so, as different ceremonies or chants were performed around pyramids in different orders, it would be like dialing a different phone number or giving access to a different dimension or a different consciousness. So, each pyramid had its own unique vibration, and those vibrations were used very consciously to have access to what needed to be accessed.
Interesting. I know that they're not what we think they are, just beautiful structures in the desert.
No, they're calling cards.
They definitely seem like it. Well, this
Yeah,
was really fun and very interesting, and I'm just excited at all of the tips that Archangel Michael shared that cost absolutely nothing for everybody watching to use and implement and harness for themselves, just
good.
to activate their own energy, to increase their own energy, or to help put more energy into the collective consciousness.
Good, good. That's nice.
Yeah, so I'm so glad you wanted to come back and do this. Well, I love it. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for wanting to do this and for all the beautiful work that you are doing to help the collective consciousness.
Thank you. And likewise, Laura, you're such a powerful force for light. And it's
Oh,
amazing. You just continue to spread your wings and keep up the good work.
thank you. And thank you so much, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.